Hey everyone. So that last little bit of the video that I did, I ended up getting an email that I had to respond to immediately, so I ended up cutting it short, but back at it again. So I was kind of rambling there, but I wanted to kind of bring it back to something that the progression that I did here. So for a long time, I was training out of my carport at my house. All right. And my carport, it doesn't have walls or a garage door. And the that's a problem. The winter here in Michigan is very, very cold. And we actually trained in that for the whole winter. Now, we did things like we put up tarps and bring out electric heaters and gas heaters and stuff like that to keep things warm. But like the fact that you didn't have walls, the wind would just cut through, and you'd have to train in overcoat. Basically, you could still do it. It just wasn't fun. Like training was not fun in that, and I do not want to do that again. But the year after that, I ended up getting into a storage unit, and like it's technically illegal to run a business out of a storage unit, but like we were working out. I mean, no one really had an issue with people working out there. So, I mean, and I wasn't really running a business out of there, like, because we were there for like an hour or two at a time, and that's it. And so, basically, my clients and we eventually I just started looking for spaces to rent here in Owasso, and it was not hard to find. There was an old J.C. Penney building that was being renovated and rented out to businesses, and I looked in there and I saw a space with affordable rent, and it's the one that I'm sitting in right now, 200 square feet. Like, it's not much. Like, I mean, I mean, you can see how packed it is in here. Like, I did all the woodworking and everything like that, except for the gymnastics rings. But I've got one squat rack, a plethora of barbells. I mean, you can never have too many, right? A landmine clean and press attachment, which we also use for training for car deadlift. A old school Schwinn Airdyne bike, this Nautilus double chest machine, and a lat pull down low row machine, and then all my stones and sandbags, and there's a Pitbull strongman log buried under there that you probably can see. There you go, you can kind of see it right there. Okay. I've also got a yoke, which I can take apart and turn into farmer's handles. There's a bunch of stuff that's not in here that I have, and so I'm like, well, at the time, I couldn't really afford the space to rent out and start start training people. So I went with the small one, and in the few short months, I actually signed up a couple of more in-person clients that were buying much more expensive in-person personal training packages, and that allowed me to pay some rent, and there's enough repeat customers that I can afford rent for the bigger space. So we're moving into a bigger space. We are tripling our size. We're going from 200 to 600 square feet. So, I mean, and it's one of those things where, I mean, when an opportunity opens up, you got to jump at it. And I mean, the guy across the hall decided to leave, and well, I mean, and I was just like, that would be the perfect size, because there was other spaces in the area that were available, but it was too big, it was too expensive, and I'm just not in a spot where I can afford that yet. But after I am, then I can look at that, and there's other spots in this building that are available. So, I mean, and expanding into the more expensive spaces, I mean, that's ultimately the goal, because then I can fill it with new equipment, better equipment, and just keep building and building and building and building. So until ultimately I either take over the building or I build my own building or get my own building. So, but that's in the future. For the next few weeks, I'm going to focus on the move. We are literally like a week away from getting into the bigger space, and that's going to be exciting because we're going to have 3 racks instead of one. Still only going to have the one deadlift platform, but I'm just going to be able to space everything out a lot more. I'm going to have my turf. I'm going to bring in my tractor tire, and some heavy bags, and like a few extra pieces of equipment, another Schwinn, a treadmill. Like, it's going to start looking like a commercial, not commercial gym, but it's going to start looking like a real gym where I'm there to have members and bring people in. So I'm excited for it. I know you guys, if you're watching this, I hope you're excited for it too. I know a lot of my online clients that don't really get to see me in person very much will appreciate this a little bit. And for you guys that are watching this, thank you so very much. I mean, you guys are helping me live my dream just by working out and letting me program for you. So I really appreciate that. I mean, this would not happen without the online presence that I've got. And it's not even a big online presence. It's just a few people that I knew, or a few people that were referred to me by people that I knew, that has allowed me to do this. And so for that, I am eternally grateful. So that's about it. And I'll let you guys know how the expansion goes. Thanks.